Millennials have gotten a reputation for being self-absorbed and more interested in their iPhones than what's going on in the world around them. Is this really the case? The news outlet, a collaborative effort among public universities in Northeastern Ohio, spoke to millennials to find out. While some millennials say they're not very interested in local politics, it's not because they don't care. It's a matter of finding their place in the community, often through volunteering.
I'm very involved in my community, partly through school because I have to do a certain number of community service hours, but I end up always doing more than what I'm supposed to do. So I help get volunteers for different events, and I'm probably going to be volunteering to actually make phone calls for a levy. I volunteered on the Obama campaign. I was a senior in high school, so any way I can, I like to volunteer.
They definitely have opinions on the issues. What are some things millennials are thinking about?
Jobs, because Youngstown seems to be hopefully coming back from the dead zone that it's currently in. We're seeing more jobs popping up and more people wanting to stay in the area to pursue these jobs. So if it continues on the path that it's on, I'm hoping that we'll be able to be a fully functioning big city again.
Getting the millennials to go vote is a challenge, but some do seem to understand the importance of their vote.
I think that it's my public responsibility to vote in a national election, so I can kind of try and give my little input of what the future should be like.
I want to vote in a national election just because we have the right, and I think that that's such a unique privilege. But I think that it does take a lot to get the younger population to vote in the national election, just because you feel like, you know, you're 1 in 300 million, so how big of a difference does that make? But then you also have to remember that like the leaders are also 1 in 300 million, and they're making a difference. Some of them good, and some of them bad, but I think just putting it in that frame of mind so that you can make a difference, I think phrasing that way encourages people.
But are they tired of politics as usual? It sounds like that may be the case.
There has to be some sort of restructuring of the government as far as the politicians involved. There have to be new, fresh people elected, or they have to, you know, reconsider what they're thinking.
I'm actually not extremely connected with local politics. I feel like it's hard to kind of get a clear story and definition with everything. My family, like my dad's involved in the community a lot, so even with that, like there's always going to be like a natural bias with seeing things, so I don't know. I feel like I need to kind of understand where I stand with things in the community before I really get more involved with it.
They have to take a new approach to solving their problems. There's too many bullheaded people, and nothing can get done on both sides, you know, Democratic and Republican.
This past summer, millennials overtook baby boomers as the largest generation. They're here, they're the majority, and they want their politicians to hear what they are saying.
I think what they need to do more is listen. I think they need to learn when to stop talking and when to let their constituents and let the people talk to them.
For the news outlet, I'm Liz Lehman.